let's get to the Cowboys. Because if not for Shohei Ohtani, on the 3rd of April, we would be leading with the Cowboys trading for a backup quarterback. I get a lot of fans, including my father, who stop me and say, why are you talking about the Cowboys? I'll tell you, Dad.
I'll say it.
I'll tell you why. Because this story right here, the Cowboys trading for a backup quarterback, moves the needle. This story, and it's a slow news day. I guarantee it'll be the number one click story on NFL.com today. I bet you it's the number one click story on ESPN.com today. Cowboys trade for backup quarterback with one career start. Yep.
No, he didn't start that game.
He didn't?
Drake,
that's right.
Drake May played like 5 snaps.
May came in, right, okay.
Yeah.
So go back to week 18. The Patriots blew the first overall pick by winning. And a lot of it had to do with a kid named Joe Milton, who can throw the ball out of the stadium. Not an exaggeration. He can throw the ball out of the stadium.
Cannon for an arm.
He can throw it 80 yards.
Yeah.
There is video of it. Look for it. Manning Passing Academy a couple of years ago in Thibodeau, he threw it out. He threw it basically 80 yards into a bucket in the far end zone. I don't think he actually hit the bucket, but you get my point. The problem at Tennessee was, University of Tennessee, where he played quarterback, and he backed up. Hendon Hooker then took over when Hooker got drafted. Hooker by the Lions he's not accurate. We had him at the Senior Bowl a year ago, and remember Contra back in the day when you had the spray gun? It was really effective in Contra on the old Nintendo NES.
Up, down, left, right.
Okay.
DA start.
But it's not effective as a quarterback. That was Joe Milton, kind of. And we saw it in Mobile at the Senior Bowl. Charles Davis, friend of the program, legendary CBS broadcaster, and former Tennessee defensive back, loves all his Tennessee players and loved Joe Milton. But when we're doing 6 hours a day of our Senior Bowl coverage, and you would look to Charles, and here's another throw in Mobile in practice, we're just like, and Charles kept it classy, but there were obvious deficiencies here in Joe Milton's game. So the Patriots took him in the 6th round. That's why he went in the 6th round. And then he got in there wearing Bernie Kosar's old number 19. 19 is not a sexy number for quarterbacks. It is not. You do not expect Joe Milton with the cannon arm and the athletic ability to break some tackles and make plays out of structure and out of the pocket and scramble to wear 19. Matter of fact, it looks awful. Let's be blunt. Athletic, strong-arm quarterbacks don't wear 19. Can anyone think of one? Thank you.
Johnny, you were 19.
Okay.
Correct.
Different era. But yeah, you had to go that far. You had to go back to black and white.
That was one person.
Yeah, had to go back to black and white. Bernie Kosar is my hero, but not known for his athleticism.
Yeah, that wasn't his thing.
Anyway, Joe Milton played great. The Patriots won the game. They blew the number 1 overall pick, and they fell to 4. And everyone now said, well, let's go trade for Joe Milton. And Patriots fans, Chris Brockman included, got it into their head that they were going to get like a 2 for Joe Milton.
Don't lump me in with these people, please.
Okay. A 3 for Joe Milton.
I didn't think that, but everyone else seemed to.
A lot of people did. It didn't happen. It's Joe Milton and a 7 in exchange for a 5. So the Patriots actually get a good return. They take a 6th-round pick from one year, and they move him for a 5th-round pick the next year. All right? It's not a great return, but you moved up. Albert Breer breaks it down pretty well. Let me read this. On the Jimmy Johnson trade chart, the 171st pick, which is what the Patriots got, it's a compensatory 5 that the Cowboys traded, is worth 28 points. The 217th pick is worth 4.2, so the trade value here for New England is 18.8, roughly the equivalent of 181. Milton last year drafted 193. So basically, Dallas gets Joe Milton for moving down 46 slots. It is a good deal for the Cowboys. Cooper Rush moved to Baltimore. The Cowboys needed a backup quarterback. I thought they might be in the Kyle McCord conversation, the Will Howard, the day 2 to 3 quarterback conversation. You develop that guy. Now they've got Joe Milton. They got the guy to develop. And let me say this right now. I'm a massive Dak Prescott fan. He makes $60 million, okay? There will be a point this year where the Cowboys hit the inevitable middle of the season roadblock, rather, where Cowboy fans clamor for Joe Milton.
Guaranteed.
They never clamored for Trey Lance. They gave up a 4 for Trey Lance. They gave up a 5 for Joe Milton. Joe Milton is that tantalizing guy that you saw for 5 minutes once, and you think he could play. You really think he could play. There will be a time where we hear that.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.